Today, Aditi Arora of Class 10th A is here to share my views and opinions based on real facts for the motion that is the relevance of G20. Does this only mean a group of 20 countries and not more than that? Well, it's not quite the case. G20 is a group of 20 countries that represent 60% of the global population. These 20 countries account for 75% of the world trade, and also 85% of the global GDP comes from these countries. India got its presidency of the G20 for a tenure of 1 year, that is from December 1st, 2022 to November 30th, 2023. As of now, three countries are responsible to push the G20 agenda, namely the past president, Indonesia, the current president, India, and the future president, which will be Brazil. Let us quickly focus on the idea of how the world felt the need for G20. Before the G20, there was another group which was called the G7, and this G7 only included the majorly developed nations. The Western powers only cared for their economy and only understood their interests. Hence, after witnessing that despite of the G7, the majorly developed nations needed the cooperation internationally as a whole, the emergence of the G20 took place. The Group of 20, or we must say G20, is the premier forum for international economic cooperation. It has played an important role in shaping and strengthening the global architecture and governance on all major international economic issues. India's plan for the G20 is to host over 200 meetings in the following year. India's ultimate contribution to the G20 will be its contribution of a new working group on disaster, risk, and resilience. As having the presidency, our country enjoys certain powers. Well, during its presidency, India can invite all other countries which are not a part of all this. In such a way, it will be a bold reason for India to establish strong relationships with all other nations. Following this, recently India has invited the UAE as a guest country at the G20 Delhi summit. And well, UAE is a very important strategic partner of India. Today, India is in such a situation where we can talk to Russia, Saudi Arabia, and USA as well. Our External Affairs Minister, Dr. Subramaniam Jaishankar, made a very important statement that India is emerging as the global leader of the South, and our diplomacy has seen a huge revival in the past year, and we will have to take the advantage of this. 2023 will be a very important year for India to establish its leadership and to raise the right issues at the meetings. Getting the G20 presidency is not a big deal, but the thing that matters is how we use it. This presidency is the chance for us to show the world who we are. As a closing statement, I would like to say that India's next decade goes. How it goes all depends upon this G20 presidency and not more than that. Thank you.
Very nicely